everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Talk About It with Tyra. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support week after week. And this is episode four. Episode four, I think. This is episode four, and I think I haven't really gotten into some of the things that I really want to talk about. It's kind of been more focused on interviews and talent and things like this. But tonight we're gonna get a little bit spicy, a little bit transparent, and have some fun. So my guest, if you tuned in last week, you saw my guest, Franklin. A lot of you may know him, a lot of you may not. I don't know, but this is my guest today. He's trying to act like he all like mellow and calm and all of that, but I know him. Like, how long have we been knowing each other? Like, all our lives. Yes. My mom adored you. Yeah, my mom just had this thing. She loved him as a kid. But yeah, we grew up together. So, but I've been having some people, kind of ask some questions, some things that they wanted, feature on the podcast, wanted us to kind of like focus on, talk about, and things like that. And one really stood out when we were having a conversation that I just kind of wanted to bring to the forefront that I thought would be kind of fun. And I think a lot of people really want to know the answer to this question because we really, are like, or at least experienced it, right? Like kind of been through it, and I think it's not discussed because you kind of feel like, oh damn, I fucked up. I fucked up. I can't say it's over with, it's done, or whatever. So what we're going to talk about is fumbling. And the question is, do you think when you fumble a good one, do it mess with your future relationship if you feel that person was your person? So, I mean, like, what do you feel about fumbling? Do you feel like you fumbled, in a relationship or a person that you were with that you think maybe you kind of let them slip away or get away, and if so, how did you handle that?
I think it's much more easier for men to fumble.
Really?
Because sometimes a man's potential changes throughout relationships. So
you mean from like the beginning to
right? Like if you not correct in your world and you just looking for, I guess, a smash or whatever, you might can fake your approach. Like I might come in and give her money or try to take her out when really ain't in my world.
To show her some of the things that she liked and part of it, yeah.
So with the fumbling world is you may meet one that you really like, and the reality of it is she might or you might outgrow the situation itself, but being hasty to change lanes during that growth differential makes you cloudy in your judgment.
Yeah.
So you might say, damn, he might have lost his job, but he depressed, but the depression might make him stay in the house. Okay. And you may feel, a female may feel like his depression should make him get his ass up and go to work. And sometimes that don't be the case. Sometimes they need a knee, like in a boxing match. You might need to take a little 8 count knee just to
I'm sorry, I got it. Tor, can I please have a napkin? I'm sweating bullets. Please. Thank God I didn't wear no foundation. I would have melted. And I'm kind of like, going through something right about now too. Yeah. Woo, the hot flashes. I tell you. But anyway, so I'm sorry. Go ahead. That lights and liquor and all of that. I'm so cute. But we had that conversation too early when we were talking about how men, specifically Black men, pride themselves on the ability to provide. So do you think that have a lot to do with, like what you were saying, like, okay, I started off doing this and that for her, And then, y'all, excuse me. Woo. I started off doing this and that for her, and then now I'm at a point where I can't, for whatever reason. Maybe you lost your job. Shit happens. Like, life happens. And so now that you're unable to do, or you feel like you're unable to do those things, not knowing that a lot of those things aren't really important to her, like the guy may feel like they are. You know what I mean? So I think from my standpoint, or from a woman, and I think a lot of women would agree that a lot of times I feel like men fumble in a relationship, one, because they realize they really like a person a little bit too late. Because like you said, you kind of go in with wanting to smash, or, it's just like, I'm just doing these things, it's just temporary. Like, let me do this just to get what I want, and that's it. And then by the time you kind of like slept on her, so to speak, she done moved on. Like, she's over it, and then you're like, okay, well, wait, I really liked you, but you done fucked up, during the time where she was really giving you that opportunity to be with her, to see her, And then the other part of that is being able to provide. I feel like that's where a lot of our relationships clash and mess up, because now you're so stressed out. You're not feeling like yourself. You're depressed. You're thinking that, okay, if I can't do this for her, she's gonna walk out on me and be with somebody else. When we really don't care. Like, you would be surprised what a woman would put up with as long as you take care of her heart.
But no one teaches the man that.
Right.
The mom don't ever say, most of the time when men are raised by just mothers, they don't even teach us how to be with a woman.
Right.
They just kind of manipulate the ones that they don't like. Mm. So if you bring a woman home to your mom, not a woman, but a girl home to your mom, and your mom might say yay or nay, but probably not in the terms of, no, don't date her, but she just gonna tell you, that one might not be good for you. That one might be fast, as they used to say.
Do you listen? Like,
it depends on how good the fast is, because if we look
at it's benefiting you,
that's
if
right.
Fast is that's.
So that don't.
I feel like that's a whole discussion in itself. Like, men being raised by mothers, especially only child. Like, when you're the only child and you're being raised by a single mother, and and I already feel like sons and mothers already have this unique, special bond.
I don't think that's always. I think society now is starting to recognize how much the women made a mistake too. Raising. Everybody didn't make the perfect decisions, because nobody get a book to do so. So, I was raised by a single mom, a single grandma as well. And I realized, like I said, at this age, what they did that hindered the growth that I needed to be somebody's husband at 30 versus trying to be a husband later.
And I'm getting a little bit more, intimate and transparent here, but what would you say some of the things, like, what's one thing that you feel like or wish you were taught differently, by being raised by a single mother? Like, is it?
So, just since you know me, you understand that being raised, my mother didn't raise me, my grandma raised me. That probably is the case with a lot of people our age, that when drugs hit the scene, parents and stuff decided to do things, or period. My grandma was not my friend. My mom decided to choose to be a friend versus a parent. So when I decided to sway to the left, she never chastised that left. She just told me, be careful. And where my grandma, she literally chastised me. I don't want none. You can't bring no this in here. You can't bring no that in here.
I feel like that was a lot in that era. Like, kind of the grandparent was the parent.
For sure.
And the parent played more of the older sibling role.
Correct.
Kind of like, okay, I'm not your parent. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But what I can do is tell you, like, protect yourself, watch yourself, do this, do that. But not really, like, say, no, what you're doing is wrong, and kind of give that parental guidance,
For sure.
I think that was the norm then.
But most moms, y'all deal with which we spoke about last week, are dealing with emotional responses to a man's action. When those emotional responses actually don't help him in the journey that he needs to get
And
further.
then they bring it into adulthood.
For
And
sure.
then
And
when
that's
they get in
where,
these relationships, they're matching that energy instead of taking the role of leader,
right,
and or mediator, or
Right.
you know, anything but, oh, I'm mad, so now you're mad. You know,
that word leader to me scares me.
why?
Because
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
Because women, when you ask a man to be a leader and then he decides to lead, what I come from and understand is that a woman literally has that sixth sense that we say God gave y'all that didn't give us. So it's really impossible for us to lead if you already can sense. We ain't saying you can predict, but you can sense what's next. Most women know their man is cheating before he cheats. So I'm one person that always say that, truth be told, don't say that I cheated on you multiple times. I cheated on you the first time and the second time. Once you caught me, you allow the rest. Fellas,
So,
help me out.
so the first time is cheating. So once you find out you're cheating,
And you
that's
take me
it.
back
You
the
just-
second time, truth
That's
be
on
told,
you?
ladies, I'm going to be honest.
so you
with
believe once a cheater, always a cheater.
No, I do not. What I believe is that once I cheat on you, the second time, if you take me back, it was a mistake. The second time you take
First
me back,
time,
you accept the
Shame
rest.
on you. Second
Yup.
time, shame on
You
you.
accept the rest.
That is
Everything
true.
I do from
So
you
how
on,
do you think you get past that? So you're pretty much saying, okay, once you cheat, be done.
be done.
Okay.
If you don't, I teach my daughters to be done.
Okay.
Now,
I can respect
my
that.
oldest daughter, she had a talk with me one time, and she was telling me that some things were going on in her marriage. She's married. Got married, and I respected it. So, and she told me something. And I was like, snap up out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, get rid of that fool if he doing this.
Yeah.
And then she said the most amazing thing to her father. She said that don't think I'm a fool out here. Like basically saying, you know, nigga, he ain't the only one. Like we gonna even the playing
Because we-
fields out. And
Yeah.
then I understood it.
And we're
when-
the best at it.
the thing is, y'all are, but y'all, I don't really want to argue that point. They are the best at it, but the problem is, you have to sometimes take blame on the cheat.
Yeah.
You got to ask yourself, why is this man stepping out on me? And communication is key. I think we don't communicate when things are rough. We scream, we yell, we holler, as opposed to saying, you know what, listen, what's wrong? How can we fix it if you want to?
I
Because
feel
sometimes
like
we
when
don't
you
want
cheat,
to.
when whoever cheats and you decide, hey, we're gonna work it out. I don't think you can. I don't think that's something you can work out. It may work for a
I
while.
don't think a man can take a woman back from cheating on her.
I always hear that. I hear that over and
Because
over.
we
and over.
visuals. So while we intimate or while we in the mix,
Because-
we see Herman or Jill, or, you understand what I'm saying? It's a visual. Especially the women that's diabolical and will let their man listen to some shit if you keep bothering them, and you know, will let them see some stuff. Like, you know, it's different. But I don't think that, you know, men are capable of respecting it afterwards.
Yeah, I
Women,
don't-
y'all can get over anything from a man.
We don't really. We try.
Yeah.
We try, and what we do so well is we will stay while we're building ourselves up, while we're planning to leave, and while we're doing that, we got this plan, we got this exit, and then we're healing, we're moving forward, and then one day we're like, it's done.
Yeah, but that's the fumble part. So what if in that process, how many women do you think their man, when he got caught cheating, he physically showed change? I'm gonna say probably 20% of them.
And it's,
Because
and I
we're
think even
only
that
gonna
20%,
show-
that's for
Yeah, we only gonna show
change.
change for a particular time. I think that, you know, that's something that we should teach our boys, that when you make a mistake, you're supposed to correct it. And those corrections are correcting your actions, not just saying, I'm sorry, baby, it was some money, go shopping, go
Right.
do this. But the correction is your actions. Like, listen, you know, I know you ain't asked me for my location, but this is where I'm at. I know I'm gonna have to build
Because
this
now
trust
you
back.
have to.
I gotta build this
Yeah.
trust back. So, and most of that time is difficult because we all know, anybody out here that been cheaters, we all know that shit, a cheat can come a lunchtime break from 12:05 to 12:06. To be honest with men are quick. Like we don't need much time to do something which calls.
Speaking of trust, do you think, like for you or for most men, do you think men go into a relationship already trusting, or do you think that's something that they build on, like, you know, eventually, like, you know, like, are you going in and saying,
I
you know
think
what,
this
I
day and
trust you?
age, I don't think nobody trusts nobody going in.
Yeah.
I think everybody come in with a sword and a shield, and they just pray that their shield is God, basically, that's going to tempt or tell you what your energy should be following.
I agree. I think everybody should be there. I know I have trust issues. I know I don't trust easily. But what I also know is that if you earn that trust, I love hard, you know, and but I also leave that room for myself to not feel like, damn, I fucked up, like, or I fumbled. Like, at least I want to think that whenever I go into a relationship, like, I'm going in to at least try to give the best of myself, the best part of me, whatever that might look like to me or to them or to that relationship at that point, you know. And then, I mean, I fumbled before. I fumbled before, but I don't think it was because, like, I fumbled before. I'm gonna leave it at that, big time. But not in a way where I'm like, damn, I want to get that back, or I want to go back. I fumbled in a way where, like, it was like, oh damn, that's over. I did wrong. I could have done better. I could have been better. But also, I've grown so much that it's like I know better, and it's kind of like I'm glad that. See, I feel like I'm different. I'm a risk taker. It's very little things that I'm afraid of doing. You know, if there's something that comes to my mind and I want to do it, I do it. But I feel like I don't have any regrets. You know, so even when it comes to like relationships, a relationship that I've been in, relationship that I'm not in, a relationship that I fucked up in, cheated in, or whatever, I don't have any regrets because I feel like if that was my journey, and if that hadn't happened to me, or if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't be where I am today, because I feel like I'm a much better person. Correct. You know, and I like who I am. Right. You know, and a lot of us don't. You know, and a lot of us we fuck up when we go through life because we just don't like who we are. Right. So yeah.
And sometimes we can honestly say that when you meet the devil, you're not afraid of the devil. Like, when I can say that you've been on the other side, and, you know, like I say, I think men fumble more than women is because that women, you know, even looking at the man in control now, like if you look at a job and this man is the CEO of this job, and it's probably umpteen women at that job that he done hit on because he's at that position. But when he was a mailman, he didn't even try. But when he became powerful, he used that power to dictate what you attracted to.
Good old-fashioned ego.
That's right. So I believe that sometimes when you might be looking down on your woman because she hasn't elevated yet, you should be actually, because back in the day, that's what we did. We elevated each other. We didn't care it was never no, I'm broke, baby. It was we broke, baby. Because if I got 10, you got 5. But now, now it's a competition. You got 10, what you got?
Like, you know what boggles my mind, and I know it's out there, because I have friends, I know people that talk about it, but how they talk about how men are literally jealous of their woman.
That could be true.
And are upset because, you know, maybe their woman make more money than them.
I really don't.
Like, I don't know what that looks like. Like, how.
It could be the way she reacting with her change. Mm-hmm. You know, Rick Ross said it one time, man. You know, he said, am I supposed to stay the same if I'm changing? Like, I'm not supposed to, you know, want extra and want this and want that. So it's not something that you would really, you're not supposed to stay the same, man. They come out with a new iPhone every year. So how dare you to think that your brain is supposed to stop last year, or you're supposed to just be content in life? But I am starting to realize too, other people's happiness, we can't see it.
Right.
So watching that movie with Will Smith, The Pursuit of Happiness, it made me realize that is so true.
That movie is something else.
Because it is. It's like buying a kid a toy. They only happy when they get that toy. And they play with it for a while. You look at your house, you see that toy in the corner, and he never moved. So
like, why is my stuff not downloading? No, I got it. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like maybe it's, we're not kids anymore. We view life a lot differently than we did.
I think more kids is more physical than anything else.
Yeah.
Everything is what she looks like, because our younger version of women, they're already making up their faces. They want different this if they don't have this. Whereas we had, if you were, and I don't like to use this word, but if you were unattractive as a woman, you dressed well. So by the time he looked at you and realized that you wasn't a fine person in the face, you was already beautiful, because you either had a hell of a walk, you had a hell of a dress code, your voice was beautiful, anything. So it's the same way with understanding autism now. A lot of people see autism, they strange. No, they are very, very smart. You understand what I'm saying? But they're vibrating on a different level that you ain't got there yet.
They're locked into their own mind and their own world. Very bright. I know from my grandson. But yeah, okay, so we know you fumbled. I fumbled. We all fumbled. At this age, we all fumbled at some point in our lives with somebody. We kind of look back on like, damn it, and I fucked up. But no regrets though.
No, I don't know. I think a fumble is a regret.
Well, no, I mean,
it's a
it don't
regret.
have to
It just
be.
don't have to be one you want to act on. But definitely,
you don't want to act on your fumble?
Because when I say fumble, I mean, I think that if me and this person were still together, 10 years, 20 years later, I would be at a different level. She would be at a different level with me. So I think when I speak about fumbling, I mean that. Like, did that person change how you react to another person's, relationship, period. So
I think you can fumble and not have regrets about it. And not feel regretful. You know what I mean? I think you can fumble and just kind of just be like, hey, I fucked up. I don't want to do that again. But I did it, and that happened, and now I grew, and I can not move forward and not have it happen again.
That's a woman's part.
And then you can always kind of go back.
Only women can go back.
Really?
Men can't go back. Y'all stubborn. Women can walk up to an ex that she ain't had 30 years ago. He could be with 6 wives. If you remember her in any capacity, you're going to be like, what's up? Yep, you right. But with men, we be like, hey, what you in my DMs for? Get off it. So we got to respect the game a little bit.
Wow.
Y'all rule different of the world than we think, but it is.
Y'all set the tone, though. I ain't even gonna lie. Y'all set the tone. We gotta, we really gotta be on our A game and, smart about how we maneuver and move, especially at a certain age, because
Yeah, we get mad early now.
no patience though.
Yeah.
Right now in my life, I had my tolerance level and my patience are just so low.
No, I get it, me too.
Without even getting angry or upset, just kind of you know what, I don't even want to be bothered with that. I can't do it.
I'm sick of blocking. They can take that off my phone. I'm just answering saying don't call. I ain't blocking no more. Because I used to block somebody in particular that I ain't gonna lie, I wish she gave me the secret because I never could block her. She would call right back to back with 19 numbers. I still got numbers blocked and I didn't even know what they existed.
Google phone, text now, all that stuff, right?
Shit.
Code and all of that. All right, so this question, I don't know. Now, this is deep. What's the biggest red flag you ignored because someone was attractive?
So one of the biggest red flags I ignore is her house being dirty.
Oh shit.
Like literally, most men want a clean house. If we say with the false narrative of men is supposed to do this and women are supposed to clean and be barefoot, which we know that's not true. But I feel like if you are able to present yourself as this, glamour queen or whatever, you should have a clean home. Like I shouldn't come to your home in your bathroom. I can tell when you went to the bathroom, things like that. That's a serious value of mine, yes. But you won't find that. You won't find that if you take her straight from the club to your home.
Because then you already done smashed.
Yeah, you already invested. You can't repeat that.
I think for me, a big red flag is love bombing.
See, they don't really understand that. That's
Listen,
why y'all
love bombing is a huge red flag because, I feel like that from the gate shows manipulation and narcissism, right?
That word.
Because really, I mean, women are narcissists too. I have narcissistic traits.
Everybody is a narcissist.
We all want what we want at some point in time, and we all will, especially if you're ambitious, you're going to do whatever you need to do to get whatever it is that you want. So we all have that. But I think love bombing, like when you're with someone and like at first they're like all over you and they're indulging and giving you gifts and taking you out, and then before you know it, they're like, I love you and all. That's a red flag because it's kind of like, okay, pump your brakes. What's the rush? And then like for us, we don't, especially like if you're not dating a lot and then all of a sudden you're dating, right? And you're dating, and then you come across this person and they're love bombing and they're all over you and they're all into you, and then down the line they change and you're like, you changed. No, they didn't change. You saw their representative.
Right. That's
right?
what I was speaking about.
That was just the representative.
I think love bombing. I think the word love actually should be considered a curse word. I think that most people think it's a verb and it's actually an action.
It is definitely. I always say that love is an action.
It's not supposed to be. I think that relationships, like everybody now saying that you should have to communicate when we in a relationship. I disagree. I believe once we start doing relationship shit, we in a relationship. Meaning if you asking me to pay your rent, I'm paying your car note, I'm coming to your house every day, I'm meeting your children. There's a bad sense of feeling.
When you're meeting the children, I feel like that's where you're definitely in a relationship. That's where you're heading. You've been dating long enough to where, hey, here are my children. Yeah. I trust you are my children. I want you to be my children because I intend on you being around.
Right. And anybody over 40, I don't believe that every man should be. That's right. Every man should see, or every female should see your children. No. My kids haven't seen many of anybody. And I was glad of that. My daughter now, when I tell her that I want to find a relationship, she be like, yeah, whatever. So I don't even listen to her on that note. But, that love bombing thing, I think it comes with the energy that you give sometimes. Yeah. It's like telling your daughter, don't give them all of it.
I'm not going to lie. Like, I love bombing, like when I receive it, but I'm aware of it. Okay. And it's kind of like, it's an instant, no, this is not going anywhere past that because you're love bombing me. And maybe I'm fumbling at that time, but it's just what I believe to be true. But because I'm like, what's the rush?
I think everything needs to be tested. I think when you think that love exists, you test it. Like some movies, like one movie in particular that I watched before with a young lady, she said that a man would love you if he give you the last piece of his food.
Oh, that was I just watched that movie. Shit.
With Morris Chestnut.
And Gabriel Union.
Yeah, right.
I just watched it.
And she asked him for the food and he ate it.
Did you believe that?
No, I don't think. For me,
because they only child syndrome.
Yeah, for sure. For me, I love you if I drink after you. And I know most women like.
Or kissing, right? Because kissing is personal.
I don't know how to kiss. This motherfucker. I don't think sex exists without kissing. What the fuck? Oh dear, prostitute.
He's like a meningitis.
That's why I ain't never been to none of them jobs. They talk about $20 horse. No, I ain't doing that. I'll be in there with my bean like, hurry up. Kissing is a form of sex, like.
Ew. So then that's like oral then. So are you like automatically like if you're kissing, like you got me crazy.
Oral,
Don't draw the line down.
oral is different. Like just
So
like I've given oral but not eat or drink after nobody.
wow.
I know I'm weird as fuck.
But your kiss. Oh my God.
I know, I am, man. But it's for some strange reason, it seemed like the food or whatever you.
If I kiss you, I love you. Just like for real, like real shit. If I'm like
Oh, that's.
allowing you in my mouth,
Oh yeah.
yeah. But like oral, I feel like wait, but I feel like okay, because I had this conversation with someone. Speaking of oral, like I was saying that you can have oral and not have intercourse,
Oh, for sure.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, because it was a whole like debate, like
Yeah,
no,
some
you
men
can't.
do that just to prerequisite the rest. we don't get to sleep with you that day. We can just.
Yeah, listen, I'm of that age. These hot flashes are killing me
Hey,
big
man, I
time.
saw
Like
all the men out there. We happy. We
And
don't
the
do
light-
nothing.
the lights are like so. I don't have on foundation. Yes, my skin is good. I have good skin, but the sweat is. Oh my God. And then,
I think that or let me say.
are you a giver or receiver? It
I-
does
I'm
make sense.
I am a giver. I don't even care about being received.
I'm a giver too.
Yeah.
I'm a giver too. Like I feel like
I'm a Cancer though, so most Cancers are pleasers more than one to be pleased.
I could probably agree with that. I'm an Aries, so I kind of like.
Kind of
Fire
like
sign.
she like to be pleased all day.
I like for it to be all about me.
Correct.
Not all the time though. I grew up, y'all. But no, I am a giver. Like I don't have to receive oral sex. Like I kind of feel like this. I feel like if I'm the receiver of oral sex, I have to have intercourse. But if I have intercourse, I don't have to have oral sex. If that makes sense. Like, because some people are
Like if you start
satisfied.
off with sex, you don't need to start.
Yeah, like you don't have to like,
Right.
you know.
I'm like the worst with that because honestly speaking, I have to give oral to get me
so
started. Not every time, but if I like you enough.
Well,
Yeah, not every time.
you kissing every time.
Not every time, but I feel like if we know that if I know or she know that we're about to do it most of the time, then I believe that's the introduction. So
Okay.
I like to find, and it also most men do it just to find out if you smell good or not.
Oh, I thought that was the kiss on the stomach.
I don't know. I can't.
Oh, you just go.
Yeah. I don't
Let me move to the next question because he don't care what he say.
know.
Of what his.
You
I
keep your
thought-
shirt on.
I thought you kissed at the belly button to like kind of.
Fuck all that.
Some of y'all like it a little twang though. But I heard.
So I know women don't believe this, but I think some men don't do want to know what your natural smells are though.
Because your natural smells are okay. And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with your natural body odors. It's when you need to go get checked out. You're smelling because you're not showering, your hygiene is bad. And there is a difference. There's a
Yeah, I
difference.
became this day old, man, and just realized that we have we can mess up a pH balance. Like I didn't know that we could mess that up. Like
Oh yeah.
mom ain't teach me shit.
Yeah. Y'all like men that have multiple sexual partners or men
Correct.
that doesn't have good hygiene rule the rule our pH balance completely off.
And I know most of us we be lying like, no, I ain't messing with nobody else, and she know damn well.
Why do y'all like, especially at this age, why are they still doing it? Like, no, I'm not. Like, what's wrong with saying, especially when you're not in a relationship? You know what I mean? Like, if you're not in a relationship, a committed, a monogamous relationship,
Because
what's wrong with just saying, hey, yeah, like, I'm dating, I'm seeing other people, I'm sleeping with other people, if it's asked. Like, I believe in don't ask, don't tell.
Yeah.
I believe in that. But if the conversation comes up,
Right.
and if you're asked, what's wrong with saying, hey, like letting us
I think
decide.
because most of the times we want a relationship, or the relationship wants to be a relationship, but one of them is even afraid to say, yo, this is what I want. We just, because I keep saying, women keep you in the friend zone. I don't think men have the power. We don't have the key to the friend zone at all. We don't know what it is. The only thing we know, we play it better than y'all. Because a man will be a side nigga for 35 years and
So
never
y'all just
cross
play
y'all
y'all
over.
roles so well.
Yeah, but why can't y'all do the same?
Let us know.
I'm talking about the
we
ones
are.
that know.
We have superpowers. We can do anything
hell
if
no.
we know. If
Fellas,
we know.
please tell her she's lying.
I'm not lying.
Because women, when you got a side chick, and the moment you answer, when your girl be like, oh, I can answer the phone, and she hear you talk to that woman that you with, she gonna feel some kind of way and eventually take pictures of you with your drawers on and the bed and send texts, go through your phone, all types of stuff. Y'all don't play the side well, even when you're only capable of being a side. Yeah, I know that's not beautiful. You gotta have 6 phones in relationships with certain people. They know how to get in there.
I don't know. I just feel like let us know. Like, okay, we don't want to be placeholders. Like, for true story, I was seeing this guy, and I was seeing him for a while. It wasn't a relationship. There was no conversation, no commitment, no. We just always had a great time together. Like, we go out, we just did things, and it was work. But I noticed, like, I never met his kids. I knew of his kids. I met his mom,
Right.
but I never met his kids. I would invite him to like family things, because we do a lot of stuff together, and it was always an excuse like why he couldn't come. So it took me a while to realize that, oh, I think I'm just a placeholder. Like he's enjoying his time with me and what we have, but what are we? And then so when I got to the point where I started trying to figure out like, what the fuck are we? Like, what are we doing? I was turned off instantly.
Right.
Because I don't need to ask you now, or I don't need to figure it out because I answered my own question.
For sure.
Right? So, you guys put us in the friend zone too.
That could be true. A little bit. But I think that the friend zone that we put you in, you already know you're going here. Like, it could be a lot of things. Men can't lie physically. We can lie verbally. But when it comes to physical, you're going to know it. Just like even when we come in here and tell you a lie, you know your man.
Yeah.
You know what he's doing. He fidgeting. He this. And, my thing is, what's that old saying? To catch a lie, tell a lie or something.
I don't know that one.
But you literally tell a person a lie and they'll tell you their lie. Like, for instance, damn, I just was over which car house. No, you weren't there. And all along you was lying because
fishing
for the
information.
So it's a difference, man. I just think when we speak of dating, just like some of these dating shows we see out here, some of their approaches are coming from a 30-year-old base versus a 50-year-old base.
Yeah, because I watch my daughter dating, like, it's so different. Like,
they don't commit. They wait so long to
listen,
commit.
they don't care.
Yeah.
Like, they're not expecting a relationship.
No.
They don't want one. They're fine with most of her, like, the dates that she go on, they met online, they met on social media. they're going meeting for coffee, either it work out or it don't. And I'm
Right.
like,
Yeah, they
okay, like that's kind of like nice. Like us, we had to like, we saw each other on a regular basis, and if it didn't work, you still got to see them on a
Yeah.
regular basis.
Right.
You know,
Now the world's so big, you ain't gotta really do all that.
you don't got to do none of that.
I
was on a
love
dating
online
site.
dating. I
Listen.
advertise it.
I was on online dating for a minute, and it wasn't all bad. It wasn't all bad. I think you have to know how to navigate through it and know your way around.
It's
I've
easy.
been out on a few dates. This one guy, he wanted to. He was a Kevin Samuels follower,
Oh,
right? So he wanted his date. He wanted me to drive to New York, not pay for my gas, right? He wanted me to drive to New York and have a picnic in the park.
it's decent.
If I know you, but no. It is. If we're dating.
Right.
And then we're establishing that, hey, we want this to be something. Take me. I love picnics. Take me to the park to a picnic. But if you're trying to get to know me
Right.
and you're showing interest, and if you're expecting me to drive to you.
Yeah, that's too far.
Pay for my gas. Maybe I will drive. I don't. I might be like, okay, that's cool. Let me go to New York and go to a picnic in the park. Pay for my gas. Offer to pay for my gas.
Right.
So I don't know. I guess that's like the old school part of me.
I mean, to be honest, did you go?
No, fuck
Oh,
no, I ain't
okay.
go. He wasn't paying for no gas. And then
Yeah,
he was,
I ain't even offering.
and then his offer was for me to stay at his house overnight, so I wouldn't have to drive back. No, nigga,
Yeah,
like
that's
I don't
free,
even know you.
Right.
So I mean, no, I didn't go, and we didn't. We talked a little bit after that. He did try to set up other dates, but at that point, I felt like
I don't think long distance relationships work.
no, they don't. I agree.
The only time they do is if y'all really
If
make
you're
plans,
already
but-
established.
But I ain't gonna lie, I realize now if not every day, I need a certain amount of days a week for me to know that I'm in a relationship, or I'll get withdrawal. And once you get that's right. Once you get some space, you got space. Especially if I ain't gonna say successful, because success is individual, but especially if you feel like you've accomplished the things that you need to accomplish to say you're an adult. So you don't want to be sitting there thinking that I'm home alone. Why am I home alone? You know what I mean? So let me go and figure out something else.
And I hear some people say that long distance relationships save their relationship, and that's why they are still together. And that's why they work so well, because they have a long distance. But I can't. I can't. I'm too territorial for that. I need to I need to, like you said, I need to know I'm in a relationship. I need to feel like I'm in a relationship. I need to whoever I'm with, I want to
Yeah, I think my problem is I think I'm just retarded because immediately, like I said, I'm more of a husband than a boyfriend. Like I want to move in immediately. I want to let me take care of you immediately versus
So you believe that
yeah,
if
like
you're in a relationship, there shouldn't be two households. And that's another thing that people are doing more of. Like being in relationships
but
and living separate.
And that's because honestly, they burned out their life of believing that the one household works. See, they didn't get with somebody that really had an issue about the two households. I had a person tell me, "Yeah, I'll marry you, but we gotta live in separate households." And I told her,
I'm thinking from the business and finance part of it, like
Yeah, that
why,
makes
like
sense.
we
That
can
don't
have
make
everything
sense.
under one roof.
that don't make sense.
But it's working for a lot of people. I know people that does that, that's doing that.
I think when you do it, you want to still play.
I think so too.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Or even if you don't want to play, you're just unsure about the
for
whole
sure.
situation. I don't know, but it's kind of
Because if
hard.
both
But again,
of
I'm
us-
old, there, so
Yeah, if I'm paying $22,000 a month rent and you paying $2,000 a month, you don't believe that those $4,000 we sending out the door should be combined or making something bigger.
Yeah.
Like that's just my
Yes.